What if your life was not a series of coincidences, but the unfolding of a hidden program, quietly running beneath your awareness, shaping every relationship, every opportunity, and every event you've ever experienced? This is not fantasy. It's the deeper structure behind existence, a reality blueprint woven into the fabric of the quantum field, constantly responding to the vibrational code your consciousness emits. And whether you know it or not, you've been writing that code since the moment you were born. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you repeat is not just a psychological habit. It's a line of instruction in a vast energetic operating system. That system doesn't speak in words. It speaks in frequency, coherence, and vibrational resonance. And it listens always, translating your inner state into external form. The truth is that the universe is not random. It is programmable. And the programmer is not some force out there, it's you. Your subconscious mind is the source code compiler, translating intention into geometry, emotion into probability, and belief into physical reality. You are not the passenger of your destiny. You are the architect of the algorithm that generates it. This hidden architecture, what mystics called cosmic law and scientists now refer to as consciousness mechanics, is operating whether you acknowledge it or not. The question is, will you continue to let it run on default settings, repeating outdated patterns and inherited limitations, or will you awaken to the power you've always had to rewrite the code? Because once you understand the blueprint of reality, you realize that nothing in your life is accidental and everything is programmable. Activation. Comment, I am rewriting the blueprint, to signal the subconscious that a new reality script has begun. Chapter 1, the source code, how reality reads your mind, before matter ever takes shape. Before events align or opportunities appear, there is a source code silently executing beneath the visible layer of your life. This is not philosophy. It is the foundation of consciousness engineering, a quantum operating system that translates your inner world into the fabric of external reality. Every human being is continuously broadcasting instructions into the reality matrix. Thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and intentions become lines of code in a vibrational algorithm that the universe, an intelligent, responsive field of energy, constantly compiles and executes. This is why nothing is truly random. Every event is a manifestation output, generated by the subconscious programming language running beneath your awareness. Your subconscious is not just memory storage, it is the central processor of your existence. It encodes belief architecture, neural frequency patterns, and emotional data streams into the energetic blueprint that shapes your timeline. It is this blueprint, not surface-level thought, that the quantum field reads and mirrors back as physical reality. Think of your mind as a biological supercomputer and the universe as a holographic feedback loop. Every thought is a command. Every feeling is a script. Every belief is a software patch that updates the field around you. And the field, infinitely intelligent, runs the code exactly as received, whether that code is one of abundance, expansion, and worthiness, or one of fear, limitation, and lack. This is why conscious intention alone often fails. You can consciously want success, but if your subconscious is still running a script that says, I am unworthy, the vibration to matter conversion process will prioritize that deeper command. The field resonance doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to the frequency signature of what you are. From a quantum mechanics perspective, this is reality's operating principle. Coherent signals collapse probability into form. From a neuroscientific lens, repeated thoughts wire neural pathways that automate identity and behavior, forming the default program that sculpts your reality experience. And from an energetic standpoint, Your subconscious output becomes the vibrational code that organizes time, matter, and circumstance around you. The blueprint is always running. The only question is, are you the author of that code, or are you still living inside a script written by fear, trauma, and inherited beliefs? Because the moment you take ownership of the source code, you stop reacting to life and start architecting it with mathematical precision. Activation. Comment, I command the source code of reality. To anchor this truth into your subconscious programming and begin rewriting the energetic algorithm that shapes your world. Chapter 2. The Vibrational Algorithm. How frequency writes the physical world. Every structure in the universe, from the birth of a star to the unfolding of a human destiny, is governed by a single principle. Frequency organizes matter. At the deepest level of manifestation physics, reality is not solid. It is resonance crystallized. And the code that decides what crystallizes is your vibrational algorithm. This algorithm is the invisible translator that converts your inner state into external structure. Thoughts and beliefs become oscillations. Emotions become waveforms. Intention becomes a measurable electromagnetic signature. Together, these signals form a coherent broadcast, a frequency field that instructs the quantum substrate on how to organize itself into matter, events, and experience. Imagine your consciousness as a tuning fork vibrating in the fabric of the cosmos. That vibration travels into the quantum field, where it collides with infinite possibilities. The possibilities that match your signal resonate, synchronize, and stabilize, while those that don't remain unrealized potential. This is not metaphor. It is the law of quantum resonance. Coherent frequencies converge. Incoherent ones cancel out. Every belief you hold, every emotional pattern you repeat, adds a layer of instruction to the frequency encoding your subconscious transmits. A program of scarcity attracts scarcity pattern realities. A program of sovereignty attracts timelines where sovereignty is the default. The universe is not listening to your words. It is decoding the waveform of your being. This is why two people with identical goals can have radically different outcomes. One emits a signal of fear, doubt, and resistance, and repels the very experiences they seek. The other vibrates with certainty, worthiness, and gratitude, and magnetizes matching circumstances with precision. The difference is not luck, it's field synchronization. Ancient initiates knew this truth and designed manifestation protocols to tune their vibration deliberately. Sacred chants to modulate frequency, breathwork to alter electromagnetic emission, visualization to encode intention with emotional charge. Modern neuroscience confirms what they knew intuitively, that coherent intention alters the brain's electromagnetic output, shifting what the reality scripting engine perceives as real. The field is neutral. It has no preferences. It simply mirrors the frequency you stabilize most consistently. And because the subconscious is the primary broadcaster of this signal, changing your vibration isn't about thinking harder. It's about reprogramming the waveform at its source. Master the vibrational algorithm, and you no longer hope for change, you engineer it. You become the coder of destiny, the architect of timelines, the composer of reality itself. Activation. Comment, I command the vibrational algorithm. To signal your subconscious to begin emitting the frequency of your highest reality. Chapter 3. The Holographic Field. How the universe mirrors your signal. The universe is not an external stage upon which your life unfolds. It is a holographic field, an intelligent feedback system that mirrors the deepest frequencies of your consciousness back to you in the form of people, events, opportunities, and circumstances. This is not a metaphor. It is the most fundamental truth in quantum reflection mechanics. Reality is not happening to you. It is happening through you. Everything you experience is an echo of the signal you broadcast. Your beliefs become environments. Your emotional states become interactions. Your self-concept becomes the behavior of the world around you. This is the vibrational feedback loop, the continuous cycle in which consciousness projects into the field, and the field projects that same frequency back in physical form. At the level of holographic architecture, this feedback operates with mathematical precision. The quantum mirror does not interpret intention as wish. It decodes your dominant frequency as instruction. If you hold the energetic imprint of "I am powerless," the field will reflect powerlessness in your career, relationships, and health. If you hold the imprint of "I am worthy," reality reorganizes to validate worthiness in every domain of your life. It cannot do otherwise, because resonance is law. From a consciousness engineering perspective, this is the mechanism behind all manifestation. The subconscious acts as a projector, encoding internal states into electromagnetic signals. These signals propagate into the feedback matrix of the universe, where they encounter matching vibrations and reflect them back as external experience. Change the projection, and the reflection must change. This understanding is why ancient initiates devoted their lives to inner work. They knew the field reflection dynamics could not be manipulated from the outside. The hologram would always mirror the source. So they restructured their internal architecture, rewrote their belief patterns, and calibrated their emotional resonance until the external world had no choice but to match the new signal. Modern science is now catching up. Experiments in field resonance echo and frequency feedback systems show that coherent electromagnetic emission reorganizes surrounding fields. In other words, the signal you send does not disappear. It shapes the environment it enters. And because the universe is a hologram, not a linear machine, this reflection occurs instantaneously, continuously, and with infinite intelligence. The field is not judging you. It is simply showing you UX, activation, comment. I align my inner signal with my desired reality. To anchor the awareness that the universe is not separate from your vibration, it is the mirror of it. Chapter 4. The Resonance Law. Why the field can only give you what you are. The universe is not selective, it is responsive. It does not reward desire, it does not punish fear. It simply resonates. This is the foundational truth behind all manifestation, the resonance law. At every moment, the quantum field is scanning for vibrational frequency matches, and only those frequencies that mirror your inner state are allowed to stabilize into physical reality. This principle is the ultimate filter. It explains why people often want things they never receive and fear things that repeatedly appear. The field doesn't hear words. It decodes frequency signatures. If your energetic broadcast is scarcity, no amount of affirmation can override it. If your baseline vibration is worthiness, no external circumstance can deny it. This is the mathematics of energetic coherence. Only frequencies that match can lock into resonance. Everything else simply passes through the field without interaction. Think of the universe as a vast resonance chamber. When a tuning fork is struck, only objects vibrating at the same frequency will respond. The same is true of consciousness. Your beliefs, emotions, and identity form a unique frequency signature that the universe uses as a sorting mechanism. And the field synchronization mechanics ensure that only realities vibrating in harmony with that signature can materialize. This is why becoming is infinitely more powerful than wanting. When you embody the frequency of abundance, the field reads you as abundance, and an abundance converges. When you embody the vibration of love, the field reads love, and relationships that reflect it appear. When you embody sovereignty, the universe arranges itself to confirm your power. The law of vibration, a principle understood by both ancient initiates and modern quantum physicists, is not metaphysical poetry. It is the engine of manifestation resonance, and resonance is not subjective. It is precise. From a scientific perspective, coherence occurs when waveforms align in phase, amplifying their power and stability. From a spiritual perspective, this is energetic congruence. The moment your inner state and desired outcome vibrate as one. When this happens, resistance dissolves, timelines converge, and manifestation accelerates effortlessly. Most people remain stuck not because they are unworthy, but because they emit incoherent signals. They desire one thing while vibrating another. The field receives mixed instructions and delivers mixed results. The masters, however, learn to stabilize a coherent signal, and the universe cannot help but respond. Resonance is not magic, it's mechanics. And once you understand the mechanics, reality stops being unpredictable and starts becoming programmable. Activation. Comment, I align my frequency with my desired reality. To anchor this principle into your subconscious and broadcast a coherent signal into the field. Chapter 5, The Collapse Mechanism. How observation turns energy into reality. Reality does not begin as matter. It begins as potential, a limitless field of probabilities vibrating as waveforms within the quantum field. But potential by its nature is unformed. It exists as infinite possibility until something happens that collapses it into form. That something is conscious observation, the central principle behind all manifestation mechanics. This process, known in physics as the wave function collapse, is the bridge between invisible potential and tangible reality. Every thought, every act of attention, every focus of awareness functions as a measurement event, triggering the collapse mechanism and forcing the probability field to stabilize into a single manifested outcome. This is the essence of the observer effect. Consciousness does not merely witness reality, it creates it. Your mind is not a passive observer of the universe. It is a probability selector, a manifestation engine. Every belief you hold, every image you visualize, every expectation you embody, sends a signal into the vibrational observation field, instructing the quantum substrate how to organize itself. And the field, obedient and precise, translates that instruction into geometry, into matter, into the timeline you experience. From a quantum physics perspective, this is not magic, it's measurement. Unobserved, particles exist as superpositions, waves of potential. Observed, they choose a state. From a manifestation perspective, the same principle applies. Without focus, intention remains potential. With focus, it becomes form. But this process is not purely intellectual. Observation is not just about looking, it's about being. Your entire vibrational state acts as a measuring instrument. Attention, belief, emotion, and identity together form the consciousness measurement principle, which selects one probability waveform from the infinite and crystallizes it into physical reality. This is why casual wishing rarely works. Weak signals fail to trigger collapse, but a focused, coherent, emotionally charged state, one aligned across subconscious belief, emotional resonance, and deliberate intention, acts like a laser beam, collapsing probability with surgical precision. At that moment, potential ceases to be potential. It becomes your experience. Ancient wisdom traditions describe this phenomenon in spiritual language as commanding the universe, speaking reality into existence, or aligning with divine will. Modern science now describes it in technical terms, Quantum decoherence, wave function collapse, observer-triggered causality. They are different words for the same truth. Observation transforms possibility into presence. The question is not whether you are collapsing reality. You are. The question is, what are you collapsing? Because every thought you sustain, every belief you embody, every frequency you hold is an observation, and every observation is a command. Activation. Comment, I collapse reality with focused observation. To anchor this principle into your subconscious and align your awareness with the mechanics of manifestation. Chapter 6. The Field of Coherence. The hidden link between belief and manifestation. At the core of reality creation lies a principle that mystics, scientists and consciousness engineers have all identified as the missing key: coherence. Without it, even the strongest intentions scatter. With it, even the subtlest signal becomes unstoppable. Coherence is the bridge between belief and manifestation, the invisible mechanism that determines whether your signal dissolves into noise or reshapes the structure of reality itself. The field of coherence is the state in which thought, emotion, belief, identity, and intention vibrate in perfect harmonic alignment. In this state, your frequency harmonization becomes so precise that the quantum field has no choice but to synchronize with it. This is the science of vibrational coherence dynamics. When multiple waveforms align in phase, they amplify each other's power and stability, transforming scattered energy into a single, potent directive. Most people fail to manifest, not because they lack desire, but because their signal is incoherent. They think abundance while feeling fear. They affirm love while believing I am unworthy. They visualize success while expecting failure. These mixed signals cancel each other out, producing a chaotic waveform too weak to influence the field. This is the physics of energetic cancellation, and it's why incoherent signals rarely materialize. But when you align every layer of your being, subconscious belief, emotional resonance, mental intention, and embodied identity, you generate a coherence resonance strong enough to reprogram the manifestation field itself. At that point, you are no longer asking for reality to change. You are commanding it. Ancient initiates achieved this state through energetic alignment protocols, breathing patterns, mantra frequencies, sacred geometries, all designed to bring mind, heart and body into unified vibration. Modern neuroscience calls it neural entrainment, when thought patterns, emotional states, and brainwave frequencies fall into synchronized rhythm, amplifying electromagnetic coherence. The result is the same. The signal becomes stable, powerful, and irresistible to the field. This is not about force, it's about calibration. The belief frequency convergence transforms scattered potential into a laser-focused instruction. And when that instruction is coherent, the quantum field entrains to it automatically, shaping timelines, circumstances, and events in direct response. Coherence is the hidden architecture of miracles. It's why some people manifest effortlessly, while others struggle for decades. The difference is not luck, it's signal quality. And once you learn how to tune that signal, you no longer chase outcomes. You magnetize them. Activation. Comment. I embody coherence, the field responds. To anchor this awareness into your subconscious and align all layers of your vibration with the field. Chapter 7. The Quantum Magnet. How identity pulls timelines into orbit. There is a force more powerful than thought, stronger than desire, and more precise than intention. It is identity, the vibrational field of who you believe yourself to be. And in the architecture of manifestation, identity is not just important, it is gravitational. Your identity acts as a quantum magnet, pulling matching timelines, events, people, and opportunities into its orbit with unrelenting precision. At the deepest level of timeline attraction mechanics, reality is not responding to your wishes. It's responding to your frequency signature, and that signature is determined not by what you want, but by who you are. If you see yourself as limited, the field will mirror limitation. If you embody worthiness, abundance, or sovereignty, the field will reorganize to validate and expand those qualities. This is the law of identity resonance, a principle as consistent as gravity itself. Identity emits a gravitational field within consciousness. This vibrational identity field acts as a beacon, transmitting your internal definition of self into the quantum field. The universe, functioning as a resonance-based feedback system, scans for frequencies that match and begins pulling them toward you. This is energetic gravitation, the subtle but unstoppable force that shapes the trajectory of your life. This is why simply wanting is powerless without becoming. You can desire abundance endlessly, but if your subconscious identity is still "I am broke," the identity frequency convergence will anchor you in scarcity. You can affirm love daily, but if your self-concept is "I am unlovable," the manifestation orbit will continue to draw circumstances that reflect rejection. The field is impartial. It mirrors identity, not intention. From a neuroscientific perspective, this is reflected in predictive coding. Your brain constantly filters data to confirm what you already believe about yourself. From a quantum perspective, this is resonance anchoring. Your vibrational state locks you into the timeline that matches your frequency. And from a spiritual perspective, it is embodiment, becoming the state you seek until reality has no choice but to comply. The masters of reality creation never focus solely on goals, they focus on identity transformation. They understand that when you upgrade your internal blueprint, the gravitational blueprint of your field changes, and the external world must follow. You don't attract what you chase, you attract what you are. This is why identity work is the highest form of manifestation technology. It bypasses the struggle of effort and replaces it with the inevitability of magnetism. Once you embody the version of yourself who already lives the life you desire, reality cannot help but rearrange itself to orbit around you. Activation. Comment, "I become the identity my reality obeys," to anchor this transformation into your subconscious and activate the gravitational pull of your new self. Chapter 8, Timeline. Convergence. The science of choosing your future. Every possible version of your life, every destiny, every outcome, every reality already exists, not metaphorically but literally, as overlapping probability fields vibrating in the quantum substrate. The future is not a single path you must discover. It is a field of infinite potential that you select with the frequency of your consciousness. This is the science of timeline convergence. In the mechanics of quantum choice dynamics, each decision you make, conscious or subconscious, acts as a selection event. Your beliefs, your emotional states, your identity, and your expectations form a vibrational decision matrix that determines which reality branch you align with. You do not manifest the future out of nothing. You tune into it by matching its frequency. Imagine the universe as a vast ocean of parallel realities, each representing a different vibrational trajectory of you. Some trajectories lead to abundance, expansion, and awakening. Others lead to limitation, repetition, and stagnation. Which one becomes your lived experience is determined by the probability field selection process, a continuous interaction between your inner frequency and the external field. From a quantum physics perspective, this is simply how reality works. Observation collapses superpositions into single outcomes. From a consciousness engineering perspective, your state of being functions as a selector switch, collapsing one branch of potential into a tangible timeline. The vibrational trajectory mapping of your subconscious is the GPS that guides you toward that future. The most powerful creators don't chase outcomes. They navigate probability. They understand that the field is always listening, always recalibrating, always responding to the dominant frequency signal. By shifting their inner state, they don't force the future. They phase into the version of themselves who already lives it. This is reality branching mechanics in action. And because the field is fluid, this process never stops. Every thought refines the signal. Every belief updates the algorithm. Every emotional state nudges your trajectory. Over time, micro-choices accumulate into massive shifts, causing entire timelines to converge or dissolve. This is how frequency-driven destiny is shaped, not by chance but by precision. You are not walking toward a future, you are tuning into one. And the signal you emit today determines the version of reality you will wake up in tomorrow. Activation. Comment. I choose the timeline of my highest self. To anchor this awareness into your subconscious and begin steering your destiny with intention. Chapter 9. The Observer's Paradox. Detachment, flow, and reality surrender. The more you chase reality, the more it escapes you. The more you grip the field, the more chaotic it becomes. This is the essence of the Observer's Paradox, the phenomenon where over-observation, over-attachment, and over-effort distort the very outcome you are trying to create. Mastering reality creation requires understanding this paradox. To shape reality effectively, you must learn to let go. In the physics of consciousness, this is known as quantum detachment, the art of transmitting a precise intention into the quantum field and then stepping back, allowing the field response dynamics to unfold without interference. The universe is a responsive system, but it requires space to reorganize. When you try to control every detail, you inject noise into the signal. When you release control, you create coherence. This is not passive resignation. It is conscious non-resistance, the deliberate choice to trust the intelligence of the field once the signal has been transmitted. Think of it as programming a satellite and then letting it orbit. The program is already active. Your role is to maintain vibrational stability, not to repeatedly rewrite the code. From a scientific perspective, the observation state physics of this process are clear. Once a measurement is made, the wave function collapses. Continued interference can produce decoherence, disrupting the outcome. From a spiritual perspective, this is the principle of non-attachment, releasing the need for immediate results so the vibrational flow intelligence of the universe can deliver the optimal manifestation pathway. This is why many manifestations fail, not because the signal is weak, but because the sender never stops interfering. Constant doubt, checking, controlling, and trying act as counter-signals that confuse the field. The masters, however, understand the vibrational release protocol. Transmit the instruction, hold the frequency, and allow the unfolding. When you achieve this state of flow, manifestation accelerates exponentially. Synchronicities increase. Opportunities appear without effort. Timelines collapse into alignment. This is not coincidence. It is probability alignment through detachment. The universe is not resisting you. It's waiting for you to get out of the way. Surrender is not weakness. It is the highest form of control. Because when you stop trying to manipulate reality and start trusting the field's intelligence, you shift from force to flow, from resistance to resonance, from effort to inevitability. Activation, comment. I release control. The field knows what to do. To anchor the state of quantum detachment, and invite the universe to orchestrate on your behalf. Chapter 10. The Final Code. Becoming the Architect of the Simulation. The final truth is this: you were never a character inside the simulation. You were always the architect. Reality is not something happening to you. It is a living system that is continuously rewritten by the frequency code you emit. The universe is not a machine. It is a programmable interface. And consciousness, your consciousness, is the keyboard. At the deepest layer of existence, everything reduces to information and vibration. The planets, the events, the people, the opportunities, they are all expressions of code, scripted by the subconscious command protocol you transmit into the reality operating matrix. Every belief is a function. Every emotion is a command. Every identity is a master key that unlocks specific lines of the simulation's source code. This is the science of vibrational reality engineering. Your thoughts modulate the frequency spectrum. Your emotions encode energy into structure. Your subconscious patterns build the scaffolding of physical form. And once the frequency encoding system reaches coherence, the simulation reorganizes itself to mirror that blueprint with mathematical precision. Most people live as users of reality, reacting to code they did not write, repeating patterns they did not design. But the awakened ones become conscious programmers. They reverse engineer the code, identify the belief structures that define their world, and rewrite them. They don't wait for reality to change. They compile new versions of it. They become the source field architects, designing reality from the inside out. Ancient teachings called this the divine creative power, the capacity of consciousness to speak existence into being. Modern quantum theory calls it observer-induced collapse, the principle that reality materializes according to the measurement of awareness. In truth, these are two descriptions of the same phenomenon: consciousness authorship. And here lies the deepest secret. You cannot change the simulation by fighting it. You change it by understanding it, editing it, and writing new instructions. You must stop identifying as the character struggling inside the program and start operating as the programmer behind it. When you embrace this identity, you step beyond wishful thinking and into field-level authorship. You stop asking what will happen and start declaring what I will design. And the universe, obedient to the blueprint, will render the code into form. Activation. Comment: I am the architect of the simulation. 2. Anchor this new identity into your subconscious and activate your authority over the field. Final chapter. Awakening the architect within. Reality was never against you. It was never random. It was never chaos. It was a mirror, an exquisite intelligent system, responding with absolute precision to the blueprint you've been transmitting from the depths of your subconscious. Every moment of your life, every coincidence, every opportunity, every heartbreak was not happening to you. It was happening because of you. You were the signal. You were the cause. And now you know how the system truly works. You are not the passenger of fate. You are the programmer of destiny. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the architect of the simulation. The field was never waiting for permission from the universe. It was always waiting for a single decision from you. From this moment forward, life is no longer a guessing game. It is a living algorithm, ready to respond to the frequency signature you choose to embody. Your thoughts are not meaningless. They are commands. Your emotions are not random. They are code. Your beliefs are not invisible. They are the operating system through which reality renders itself into form. And now, you hold the pen. You write the code. You shape the field. You decide what the next chapter of your existence will look like. Final activation. Comment, "I am the architect of reality," to broadcast this new identity into the field and anchor it deep within your subconscious programming. If this message resonated with you, don't let it fade. Subscribe now, because this is just the beginning. In the next chapters of this journey, we will go beyond manifestation into the deeper layers of quantum consciousness engineering, decoding the most advanced vibrational technologies ever discovered by ancient civilizations and modern science alike. You are not here to survive reality. You are here to design it. And the next step begins with a single choice. Press subscribe, anchor this frequency, and step fully into the blueprint of the life you were meant to create.